Hello, everybody. A warm welcome to all of you joining us today. I'm Shenba Vignesh, spearheading the people and culture at Kasadara Technology Solutions. Happy to host this insightful webinar on HRMS and AI, a unified and connected workforce solution. Today's world of work demands more than just efficiency. It demands connection, agility, and accessibility. Yet, many organizations still face the same challenge desktop dependent ERPs that actually limit real time collaboration and cause HR and IT bottlenecks. So, it's time to move beyond these constraints. If you have ever felt the pain of delays, disjointed teams, or disconnected systems, this session is for you. Together, we will explore how a single AI ready mobile app can unify your workforce and extend ERP capabilities seamlessly across Oracle EBS and Fusion, Dynamics 365, and Udo, while all being simple, scalable, and secure. Now, to take us deeper into this transformation, it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Dureraj Soundararajan, Business Apps Practice Head at Kasadara Technology Solutions. Durai brings over 21 years of experience in enterprise applications and digital transformation, including 12 years with Cognizant and the past 4+ years leading the business apps practice here at Kasadra. He holds a master's in computer applications and is a certified Scrum Master with rich expertise in Microsoft Azure, ERP modernization, and scalable app ecosystems. Durai has been very instrumental in helping enterprise streamline their operations, connect people and processes, and unlock the true potential of their ERP investments. We are very much thrilled to have him here today to share his insights on how HRMS and AI can parallelly redefine workforce efficiency and the experience. Without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Duraraj Soundararajan to lead us through this exciting session. Over to you, Durai.
Yeah, thanks, Shanba. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and good morning. So today's topic we are going to discuss this session about we are going to discuss on the predominantly from HR and HRMS and then specifically ERP systems. So let's talk about what we are like. We all know about like HR systems basically. On a day-to-day basis, like in the organization, how this HRMS system is being used for employees or like in the any other organizations, the employee needs and other stuffs, right? Like we need a HRMS application to manage all the queries and other stuffs. So many of the ERP systems, right? Like it is built on the kind of it has to be in front of a desktop or in the cubicles. We need to operate the ERP systems and get to know those details. Or employee needs some information, they need to go through all the stuff through this ERP and then get this. So nowadays, those days are gone. So everywhere, everyone is working on the remotely, and they need an instance notification, and they need an instance like from via mobile. They need to raise a request, and they need to know the timings, shift timings, and all the stuff. So considering that, and we all know now the AI is evolving. So how this AI can be injected through this our HRMS system and make this uh, HR works and other queries can be addressed very quickly. And there is one more stuff using this AI also, that predictive insights, which can like spot identify the absenteeism patterns and then attrition risk early. So to involve the AI, we can obtain those informations well ahead, and then we can plan our work accordingly. So why does this matters now like this kind of a unified solution? Because we want like modernized experience, and that has to be impacted our like work efficiency. So and moreover, like we need everything to be in a single place or at handy. We need to know all the stuffs. So, so considering that, so we are going to discuss about our unified solution, how that can be addressed your pain points, and how that will be given to a value add to your business or HR system makes it easier. And how it is can be like easily maintainable, and how that can be uh, uh, could be a value additions in your arc. So with that, I'm moving to the major pain points what we are trying to address it here. So the probably the main touch point we are trying to address here on this the four items. The first one is on the disconnected workforce. So what is a disconnected workforce? So disconnected means like now people are not sitting in the uh, uh, desktop, right? People like they are working in the shifts and they are in the work from home. And if you consider the like hospital workers and like staffs, they will be working across in the hospitals, considering the like construction engineers or construction supervisor, they will be in the uh, the location where the project is going on, and they will be working on the remotely. So so we don't want that kind of a ERP systems are built not built for a mobile first application. So it is like it has to go a lot of prerequisites, and then we need to do the setup, and then if anything needed, you need to access it very well. Uh, so what we are trying to address here, it we can like access the HR related queries with our mobile set, and then we can raise our queries very easily. And then the second point, what we are trying to say here, complex user interfaces, where the traditional applications, right, ERP system, it has a complex of identifying the menus. Like you need to go through if you are want to access your absenteeism, and then you want to know the salary certificates, or you want to know that there is a specific hierarchy need to be followed, or often like there should be a required mandatory learning curves to navigating to the ERP applications and to raise the request or whatever you wanted to know that, or if you have any questions. All those things required some amount of time to get it done. So we want to address those points with a simplified manner. Basically, with a single mobile app itself, you can there will be a chat bot. It will be answering your questions, and the other stuff is right like some notification that will be immediately given attention to like make it answered all the stuffs. So consider in the manufacturing industries, right? Navigating to the inventory modules, right? Leads you a lot of training, and that training involves cost also. So um, so we don't want that kind of a system to like suppose an employee, I want to know that like my leave balances, I want to know that like my salary certificate, bona fide letter, some personal notifications or something like that. So I don't want to go to the lot of new hierarchy and raise a request. Need not to be in the case. So we can just in a one or two clicks, we can go ahead and raise a request, and that can be approved automatically, and you can download it with a time bounded period. Say, and so this is a digitally signed certificates or digitally signed certificate, and it will valid till for 1 year. So you can go and approach further your process very quickly. So you don't want to mm, navigate to the multiple systems, and don't want to set up that any Oracle, say for instance, Oracle ERP system required some kind of a driver setups or some kind of a uh, host file modification, and plugins need to be installed, and that has a lot of security concerns. If the plugins are not involved, you will not be able to load the pop-up, or you will not be able to see the demos or learnings also, you will not be able to see that. So we are trying to address those kind of issues as a one of the pain point. The other one is like a real-time communication. So if the timely communication is missed, that lead to a lot of kind of a business loss. Say for instance, in the hospital or like in the healthcare industry, if somebody is working like in the shifts, if if somebody is not available when the shift planning is happen. So we want somebody to extend it, then we need to intimate it as quick as possible so that that can be kind of like a continued maybe in subsequent shifts also. And like if they are moving to the different, they want to do move to the different sections, that we can give an immediate notification that can be communicated to the user and they can act it accordingly. So if we miss this kind of a real-time communication, so from a employee perspective or employer perspective, there is an important communication which need their everybody's attention. Say for instance, if we have some anything on the notification from the higher management side, there is a high alert or something, we need to intimate to the users. In the ARP system, usual traditional ERP system, there is no such kind of a notification or the mobile notification system. It was not built initially. So we have a provisions. We're trying to address that, and with a push notification, as and when you have a mobile, it will keep prompting that notification. So when you see that notification, you can act it immediately, and then respective action can be performed. It. So this is a kind of a uh, problem we are trying to address through this real-time communication. So shift basis workers, they wanted to extend some period of hours that can be communicated immediately and they can extend it. Then this is a kind of some burning issues or like some immediate project deadline is that they need to close it. Say for consider construction projects, they want to extend it fewer hours to close that particular, so that that can be that the next person can be picked up very easily. So that can be communicated, and then that shift change between the resources can be communicated immediately so that they can close their shift and they can move to the home, and then they can join back as and when this the shift timing is done. So that this kind of laws on the expenses or the pay side that can be avoided. So that is one stuff solution we are trying to address it here. And another one is on the limited AI integrations. So traditional ERP system not built as a kind of like I would say, uh, it is not built for a first application. So what we are trying to address it through the AI chatbots. So basically, what is AI chatbots? This means that the somebody wants to know the queries through this chatbots, it can be addressed. Otherwise, they need to wait for the entire the whole day when some HR people need to see and then respond back. There is a chatbot provisions also. We are trying to leverage it and address the questions and then as quick as possible. And the another one is through this AI integration, that's predictive analysis. What does it predictive analysis? So with this AI trained engines, we can try to analyze the absentees, how this pattern looks like. Somebody is taking subsequent or continuous leave, and then the performance is very low, and they were looking for some leave patterns and then trying to address. So there could be a possibility of attritions in the would say employee side because of this continuous leave patterns that can be used for our predictive analysis, and that try to avoid kind of like reduce the attrition rates and other stuff. And smart notification, basically what is it? Smart notification is like some notification need a higher attention. So basically, if they want to notify a managers, they need to act it. Something is not good, then the managers need to act it. So smart notification will help to address their bring their attention. They can act immediately. There are big giants involved, like introduce this kind of a smart notification. They gained up to 1,000 hours in the manpower is reduced in this through this smart notification, because they don't want to wait till the whole day and then take an action or other stuff that they might miss important notification. Because of that, that productivity loss could be there. So that kind of a problem can be addressed this smart notification. And the next one is automatic approval workflows. See, if the employee comes and requests for a normal leaves and he has or she has a balance, sufficient balance, that can be approved immediately, and employee can took a leave and then they can go for it. So this kind of a automatic workflow will lead the boost there, like what I would say, employees engagements. Similarly, if they were looking for the bona fide letter, they were going for some loans, they can obtain, they can, it will take usual process from a bank perspective. So we can, from a organization perspective, we can just approve it. This is for this bona fide, read the content, and then this is looking for, they are looking, the employee is looking for a loan purpose. So that can be approved without interference of HR or anybody. So there are set of business cases that can be approved automatically if they have a properly balanced and proper records, that no need to go for like a HR intervention. It can be approved through automated process. So big giants are like following this kind of auto workflows, which will help them to improve their productivity so many hours. So similarly, that kind of integrations, we built it in our unified solution as well. So moving to the other areas from a cost saving potential perspective as well. So reducing the first major points on the cost perspective is on the support cost. Basically, if ERP systems, right, like they need a dedicated support, basically. They need to have some help desk, and training needs required amount of time, and the training materials, all the stuffs, they need to pay it, right? We don't need that kind of a training for our like unified solutions. That can be uh, it will be a kind of a self explanatory with the menus, you can directly go and understand. And the next point is in the lower infrastructure cost. So we are not going to utilize like a major portion from the cloud. So basically, very thin layer we are going to utilize for our application. Anyhow, it is a mobile application. It is going to be reside in our iOS on an Android device, that is going to be interact with the API, and API is going to be interact with our database, and then providing the necessary inputs and then outputs. So we are going to consume only the limited API services in the uh, Azure perspective, and like may have some key vault services that can hold some secret information. So that is only the predominant cost from this solution perspective. Give me a time. The another one is improved productivity. So this is, as I mentioned already, this is a real-time automation is already enabled it. So we don't need any kind of time delay for an approval. That can be approved immediately, and then that could be boosted overall the workforce efficiency. So when the comes to the infrastructure cost also, so if you want to access ERP systems, we need to buy an VPN. So that required need to be set up near each machines, and that has to like your system should be an like risk-free infra, and that also need to be taken care. VPN setups, and a lot of heavy dependency with your security guidance, because a lot of orgs will not allow to your change your system settings. You can't modify your like bypassing the firewall access others. Those they won't uh, uh, encourage it, because if you are dealing with any kind of a critical uh, domains, basically banking sectors and like in healthcare products, right? So they don't compromise that in the risk perspective, right? So it has to be all this properly set. So that required a lot of cost also. And then compliance risks. So ERP systems, when you need to require some lot of security complaints need to adhere it. As our solution is going to be much thinner, and it is already we are going to deploy in the Google Play Store, and then even uh, as well as App Store. It is already a risk-free application that is hosted in the cloud. So that can be it is very like a risk low risk codes, because we already did the scan and other stuff also, which is already taken care. And faster decision making. So basically, we are not going to build anything explicitly out of the system. Like they already have the roles. Say for instance, Oracles, we have a couple of roles which is already inbuilt. So we are going to leverage that kind of roles, and then based on that, we are going to extend that access from our perspective. So we are going to reuse that existing roles and then hierarchy, other thing that can be utilized. It. We don't want to explicitly create a page and maintain those stuff. So whenever the setup is done, your ERP system, that can be leveraged. If you require an explicit approval, that is also possible. We can add it. That is going to be on top of your ERP layer, right? That is going to be additional role-based hierarchy that will be there. So we don't want to put into that one more layer to have that, because that is will take some time, like when it comes to an approval process and other stuff. So we just wanted to make as quick as the request can be raised and that can be approved very quickly. So when it comes to overall the licensing cost perspective, we just took an example of BC and as well as Oracle. For an example, if 500 employees is working in the in organization, so they need an essential license of $70 need to be paid it. So which means that it comes around uh, 35,000 like dollar per year need to be paid from an organization perspective to obtain that user interface. We don't need that kind of a cost from a our solution perspective. And the same is applicable for even Oracle also, which is comes nearly 500K, right? It is Oracle Cloud and Oracle EBS. So we don't need that kind of a cost. It is based on the licenses, 500 user licenses. Think of it, it could be more, because we don't want to there are categories when it comes to engineering, like I would say construction companies and all. There will be people in the category of blue collar employees and then white collar employees. So blue collar would be like mostly contractors. They are not part of like our organization. They could be a contingency worker. So we don't need to obtain this exclusive license for. They'll be working it, and once that activity is done, they will move on to the different activities, and then they will we need to close their transaction. So we don't have to buy that kind of a license for that for them to work it out, right? So uh, with this solution, we don't need an have an additional cost for that. So that's all on the cost perspective. So as I mentioned earlier, also this is also like a extension of we could call as an extension of ERP functionalities. Okay, so this can be deployable on top of your Oracle EBS, Cloud Fusion, and as well as Dynamics and Vodo, and any other, like we have set of inbuilt tables, leverage their existing, tweak their existing functionalities and bit, and then we can address this, make use of it in our solution. It is a simplified use application where we have a leave request, pay slips, holiday calendars, and as I mentioned, role-based dashboards also there. So the other stuff is on the multi-language support. So if you are deployable, people are they want to know their language. Through that, they will require a certificate, bona fide letter, everything. That is also this solution is providing it. And you need not be there is a provision if management wants to know the check-in and check-out time. So because people are not coming to the office, they will be working in the client location, or they will be in the client premises, or in the construction company. If it is, then they will be in the project where the construction is happening. So they want to know all this remote stuff that can be easily doable. And agentic integration, basically predictive analysis, and as well as smart notification and chatbots. All this smart notification can be provided here. So I'll just brief about this. What is the architecture we used for to build this application? So basically, we developed this solution based on top of the Flutter. So this is a kind of a platform where it will be used to developed with a single code. You can deploy it both iOS and Android application. So we have a RBAC related like role-based access enabled over there. And the next that comes into the core part is our basically API, where in which all this stuff, right? It is integrated with our systems. So, and what are the stuffs we used over here, right? Basically, we have a Twilio integrated with this. So what is it used for is Twilio is basically used to enable the SMS notification. Through that, validations can be done, and authentication can be like performed, and then subsequent access can be performed it. So Twilio is one of a tool to validate the make sure that, so when you're trying to access the mobile, right, this has to be uh, uh, like I would say validated, and then access to the mobile application. So and we have one more stuff integrated is on the key vault, where in which we need to store the secret key information, other stuff. And the other one is on the app insights. So app insights used to monitor the requests, how many requests are coming in, and where like if there is any failure, right, that has to be monitored from our end itself, and that can be alert can be configured to the respective development team. Then that can be action can be taken accordingly. So approval workflow was there, and our bank also communicated over here, and the different backend systems can be connection can be established from here. So we have a common connection manager which we can be enabled it, whether it is a cloud application, cloud-based database, or on-premises also connected, and then necessary information can be fetched over. It is very kind of a thin architecture that can be deployable anywhere. So just take another point. So what are the workflows we have it from the solution perspective? So we have a login page where in which authentication can be performed it, and reset provisions also there, and then forgot password, reset, all the stuff will be there. And there is a menu options where we can see that a profile information. Basically, you want to know, understand my profile. So what is my destination, all the stuff with the multilingual support will be there. And there is a one feature called announcement. If the management want to communicate some announcement through this announcement portal, that can be created and then communicate to the limited groups and everything. And we have a mailbox where we could see all the mail important notification as well. And we have a holiday calendar which is available respect to the rules or users. They can see that their holiday information, and salary certificates also, they can see that salary certificates and option creation that can be raised from a employee perspective. And then leave summary also can be provided, and holiday uh, information also can be provided. So these are the major stuffs which we are trying to address this via these solutions. And these are the installation statistics. So as of now, we have enabled it for a few organizations, and there are 5K downloads. Members are using this application. So these are the key snapshots from a Play Store and App Store perspective. So people are using it, and we have built one more feature called like, it can be restricted. Even suppose if you are downloaded the solution in one place, and if they want to trying to access from a different country where it is restricted, so we have built a security feature that will not also not allow to access the application. And these are the simple screens which we were talking about: registration screen, verification screen, and dashboards, wherein which the absence summary information, profile information, payslip. Even when it comes to a payslip, right? When you're trying to download it, it will be downloaded in your local system. So uh, any number of times it can be downloaded. It won't hit multiple APIs hit. It'll cache the information, and that can be downloaded multiple. You can view it very quickly. And these are the announcement screens. Basically, what are the announcement you received from your perspective? Those informations will be listed in the announcement screens. And absence, what are the absence can be created? And then absence summary. So till now, what are the absence you have took it, and what are the approved and what are the rejected stuff that can be viewed here. Notification is nothing but if some ER leaves is requested and it is approved, then you will get the notify that what we are talking about real-time communication. So that will be comes under notification as well, and you will be receiving the mobile notification as well. So we have agent capabilities in available in from our end as well. So this is one of the agentic AI which our Kasadara team is building it. This will help us to streamline your talent management. So basically, trying to address it, right? Filter the appropriate resumes as per your open, like your requirement, and like with the exact match of 100%, that you will be able to streamline your profile listing and everything. And employee experience is there is a 24/7 chatbot is available. When it comes to an onboarding, that can be done. All the stuff will be taken care. And uh, uh, it is also a very optimized performance and development is also there, and it will help us to improve the business impact as well, because not like I would say immediately decisions making can be taken based on the trends and analysis. All the stuffs can be taken through this agentic AI. So that's all on the solution perspective. Yeah, Shinba, I think I'm done with the session.
We'll have asking questions.
Durai, one question. This automatic approval, this in this leave and attendance. So these all are we are going to implement in Kasadara. Hello, can you hear me, Durai?
Yes, Vignesh, I can hear you. So this is a kind of a solution which we are trying to implement on top of enterprise solutions. So we are also now we are in the phase like we'll be able to manage with this crowd, but when it goes beyond our like it while expanding it, this is also suit for us, and then that will be it can be leveraged to our customer as well.
Okay.
This is we developed and deployed for basically the org which has more than 5K employees, where dedicated support is required from a HR perspective. They need a more cost training the solutions or training the application. So in those areas, our solutions will help us to learn the train the people very quickly, and then they need to understand this where to see their certificates, salary certificates, absence, leave information, policy details, notification that can be communicated very fastly. Shinpa, I think that's all the question. I think. All right, fine then. I think thanks all for joining the session and then uh, taking your time to understand our product here. Once again, thanks all.